Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another NBA 2K15 Rec Center game. We got the same squad from the previous video with Josh at small forward, and then the rest of the guys in their usual starting spots. But I do want to talk about for the majority of this video as we find Brian there in the fast break, waiting just a second for him to get open and give him an open dunk. As here, now we're going to give Ushbeg an open dunk. But what I do want to talk about is the NBA playoff, or the NBA MVP race, because it's been a widespread discussion about that since the All-Star break. It's a hot topic, mainly because of how wide open it is, because usually it's between two people. Like last year it was between LeBron and KD, and it's usually not between like four people like the way it is this year. Four people have a legitimate case, and four people were not eliminated from the thing, which is obviously Westbrook, LeBron, Harden, and Steph Curry. And then, of course, you have Chris Paul and Anthony Davis, who are having great seasons of their own, yet they can't seem to sniff this top four conversation. But, yeah, everybody knows the case for the top four, why they have their own diverse things. So I'm not going to waste time going through that. But I will give you guys my rankings of who I think, what the race is in the playoff, or not the playoff, the MVP race. And starting off with, number 6, which would be Chris Paul. I think Chris Paul has really turned it up lately more than ever, kind of like Russell Westbrook, except he's not getting as much attention because he's not getting triple doubles. But Chris Paul, he's been scoring a lot more efficiently. He's got high field goal percentages in most of the games, and of course his assist numbers are higher than ever. And just in general, orchestrating that Clippers offense. Just, of course, Doc's got all the moving pieces. You got Redick on the move, you got DeAndre waiting for the lob, and Matt Barnes is shooting pretty decently. But Chris Paul is keeping that team afloat, especially with their not-so-great bench, and then Jamal Crawford's been injured for a while. Then you got Anthony Davis, who defensively is playing great, but offensively has been turning it up lately. Offensively and plus rebounding, Anthony Davis is putting up numbers that he's never really put up before. He just keeps on improving, and late in the season when the Pelicans need him in that playoff race, Anthony Davis is there for them. So I would have him number 5. Then at number 4, I got Westbrook. Now, you'd use it for a whole year comparison. Obviously, Westbrook's been great lately. But as far as the whole year, I'll put him at number 4 just because the other 3 candidates are really good right now. And the Thunder, they're kind of struggling with that playoff berth. And obviously, Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook, mainly Russell Westbrook's MVP candidacy, since Davis doesn't really have one, comes down to whether they make their team makes the playoffs or not. So we'll see how that works out for Westbrook and how much of an impact he has on his team making the playoffs. Obviously, he has a huge one right now. So maybe Westbrook goes up if his team makes the playoffs. Obviously, he'd probably be like up a rank or 2 in my personal rankings if the Thunder make the playoffs. But right now, I don't really have them up there, as Denny Tice is starting to heat up in the third quarter. We got 14 points. You don't see me hitting double digits like that. But yeah, so I got Westbrook 4th, and then 3rd, we're going to have LeBron. LeBron's been having a really good season. Obviously, he took those 2 weeks off. He needed 2 weeks of rest, so he went to Miami for 2 weeks. He went to go chill. Not exactly the way you plan out your NBA season, but since LeBron's come back, the Cavaliers have been one of the best teams in the NBA. Since the turn to calendar, it's been Cavaliers and Warriors and Hawks. That's the way it's been, as we take it all the way for the dunk right there. We got 16 points in this game. I think I might have the second most points on his team, if not the most. You just don't see that from Denny Tice in the rec center. So yeah, LeBron, obviously, defensively he's not crazy doing anything defensively, but he's still an above average defender. Obviously, he's LeBron James, and when it comes to the fourth quarter, he will turn it up that extra notch. And then offensively, the Cavaliers are one of the best offensive teams. You got LeBron pick and rolls. He's making great decisions. I mean, he has had a little bit of a turnover problem lately, as has Russell Westbrook, which is kind of one of the reasons why I had him a little bit lower than Steph and Harden. But, for the most part, LeBron's leading that team, though. His MVP candidacy might be hurt a little bit because of how Kyrie's been stepping up lately, though it is helped by how little Kevin Love has contributed. Number 2, I have Steph. You really want to put Steph number 1, and I have Steph number 2 for the moment. This is for the moment. This can easily change in the last 3 weeks, and that is when this MVP race will be decided. It'll be what everybody does in the next 3 or 4 weeks of who wins this MVP race. Right now, I have Steph in number 2, but that can easily change depending on what happens in the next few games without Klay Thompson. Because obviously, Klay's one of the big reasons why people would give James Harden the MVP over Steph, because Klay's been playing well. James Harden doesn't have that teammate. His second best teammate might like throughout the year might be Trevor Ariza. You know, like that really helps his MVP candidacy, because why is Trevor Ariza the second best player on your team? As somehow this is not a shot clock violation. We're able to find Walsh, who knocks down the clutch jumper there. Walsh is usually hitting those jumpers that give us the lead, the go-ahead jumpers. So shout out to Walsh for that. And then James Harden, I give him number 1. It's really a toss-up between the two of them, because they do so much for their team. Harden literally does everything for that team, including some improved defense, as Michael hits a nice jumper here as we're going back and forth with this lead. And Steph Curry, he's just unstoppable. Once he has it going, he's unstoppable, and he's the ultimate heat check guy in the NBA. So I mean, they just make there's so much of an impact for their team. Steph Curry drives that offense. Even when he doesn't have the ball, he's driving that offense. He's one of the best flashy passers, which kind of counts as something, as this is an offensive 3. This is not a good play here. And then, of course, Harden, he's one of the most unstoppable one-on-one players, where like no one wants to. I mean, he does like the same exact stuff. This little dribble move, goes to the line more often than not. You just still can't guard him. And that's just the way the beard is. And plus, James Harden has been unbelievably clutch this season, which, you know, that'll give Harden the edge for now, but we'll see how the last few weeks play out. It should be good, as here, this game is playing out pretty dramatically right now. That is somehow a turnover there. Bad break for them. Then on the ensuing possession for us in the paint, moving the ball around, trying to get us a potential dagger shot, at least to make it more than a 1-point lead. Walsh dribbling down the ball with 7 seconds left. We set the screen. The defense scrambles. Josh is open for 3, and Josh gets the big-time bucket to go there. Josh was silent throughout the game, but made probably what was the clinching bucket right there, because 7 seconds left. They put this shot up. It's no good. We get the rebound. Josh is there for the rebound as well. Michael just going to run in for a quick dunk, and that is going to give us the victory. So leave a like in this video if you enjoyed this Rec Center game. Subscribe for more NBA 2K15 Rec Center games and my career and all the good stuff. Let me know what you guys think about the MVP race in the comment section, and I will catch you guys next time.